And now you begin your gratitude is yummy journaling journey. All right. So first we're going to start at the top with today's date. The date helps keep your entries organized and helps you track your growth and your manifestations over time. I've gotten in the habit of adding the time as well because I found that many times I have been on divine timing. And if you know, you know. All right. And then we're going to move into your gratitude practice. You're going to list 3 things, big or tiny, you're grateful for today. It can be this week, it can be this month. Then for each item, you're going to write why it matters. You're going to write why you're grateful for it. For example, I'm grateful for the warm sunlight on my face this morning because it helped me slow down and appreciate the small things. Or I am so grateful that Josephine, my best friend, texted me yesterday because it made me really feel seen and heard and supported. Or I'm so grateful for a quiet evening last night because it gave me space to reflect with clarity on this issue I've been trying to resolve, right? That little why is the secret. It is what amplifies your feeling of gratitude and anchors you even deeper into that frequency. The exact energy that makes this practice so deliciously powerful. Now, right after gratitude, we're going to move immediately into scripting while the vibration is still fresh. This is very important. Write your desired reality right after your gratitude practice as if it's unfolding right now or as if it's already happened. You're going to write it in your own natural voice. No forcing, no overthinking, just flow. Start with, I am so happy and grateful now that, and you're going to bring that big vision of yours into life every single morning on these pages, all right, in this section. You're going to describe those specific details, the emotions, the scenes from your dream life as if you're living it. And yes, again, write that same story that we wrote in our big vision until it becomes your reality. In fact, I fully encourage you to do it this way, to repeat that same story until you're living it. Repetition is what reprograms your energy. And here's the key to all of this. You don't have to force the belief of this story or emotion here while you're writing it. I know this might sound different from what you've heard about manifestation, heck, from what I have taught about manifestation for many years, but this is the truth that took me a long time to figure out. It's not about trying to feel something that doesn't feel real just yet. That kind of effort only creates resistance. And resistance is the enemy of conscious creation. It's the enemy of conscious manifestation. Manifestation isn't about pretending your desires are already yours. No, it's about aligning with this frequency that desires match to, which is the frequency of having. And that's simple. The frequency of having is activated by giving gratitude for what you already have. Does that make sense? The frequency of abundance is activated by seeing that you are already abundant, that you already have abundance in your life. That vibration, it feels like peace. It feels like ease. It feels like flow, like abundance that already exists within you. You become aligned very quickly with the energy of overflow rather than chasing this desire that always feels out of reach. And this, my loves, this is why we always begin with gratitude. Gratitude gently brings you back to what's already good. It reminds you of everything you already have, everything you already are. And when you start from that energy of enoughness, you are no longer chasing a desire that feels so far away, that feels so far out of reach. You're actually magnetizing more from the overflow that's already here, right? So when you begin scripting from that place of appreciation, from that place of abundance, resistance naturally melts away. That's why this method works so beautifully. That's why it's so powerful. You're using gratitude's high frequency. I like to call it hijacking the gratitude frequency. You're hijacking the gratitude frequency to magnetize your desires effortlessly without forcing yourself to feel it or believe it. That's the real magic we're creating with this journal. Now, I want to put a caveat here. You can use the scripting section to also reflect on your day's wins or blessings or the things that happen to you throughout the day. But make sure you are only sticking to the positive things you experienced, the manifestations that have materialized, and or the amazing feelings you embody throughout the day. If something tough happened, I don't want you to retell the tough story in this journal. You may want to have a separate journal for that. Instead, in this journal, in this magical journal, we want to rewrite that story. We want to rewrite that story in the version that we wish it had happened, okay? If something tough happened, you had a challenge with somebody or something happened, you want to rewrite that story the version you wish had happened. Or you want to rewrite that story focusing on the lesson you learned, right? On the lessons you learned from facing this tough situation, or how you'll approach it differently next time. This keeps your energy centered on growth and not resistance. This entire journal is all about growing. It's all about living in our highest selves, the highest version, the highest iterations of ourselves. So we don't want to put all the resistance in this energy. We only want to focus on the growing. Again, you can have a separate journal to talk about all the challenges and the details of that, but this journal is about what we're creating, not the things that are in our way. Next, we have your to feel section. This is where you set your emotional intention, how you want to feel today. We're so used to setting goals for all the things we want to do, right? The things we want to do in life, but rarely do we focus on how we'll feel, which is honestly just as important, if not more important, because our emotions drive everything, right? And this is when you intentionally exercise your power to choose how you want to feel on a daily basis, instead of just letting the day or your circumstances choose for you. It's key for a balanced and fulfilling life, for boosting motivation, for reducing stress, and for enhancing both emotional and physical well-being. So get in the habit of setting emotional goals and integrating them with your physical goals for a more holistic approach to your healing and your well-being, all right? So choose how you want to feel today and write an I feel or I am statement to carry with you throughout the day. You can choose up to 3 emotions. Start with I feel or I am and complete it with the emotion you want to experience that day. For example, I feel calm. I am focused. I feel rich beyond my dreams, okay? I feel open to love and support. Use these as your soft mantras whenever you need a little reset throughout the day, because we're gonna have those moments throughout the day, right? We're not always gonna be in a high frequency. So this is supposed to be your reminder throughout the day of the intention you've set for the day, right? Use your feelings frequency wheels here inside your journal to help you identify the emotions you want to release, and then the high frequency ones you want to embody here. Next up, your aligned actions. Choose up to 3 personal and 3 professional micro goals. Think small here. Think manageable wins like put away laundry, email Marie, or watch a 10-minute tutorial. Remember, we're after consistency here. We're not about doing the hard stuff. This is not about intensity. We're doing just small steps. We're not taking giant leaps here. Small steps repeated every day compound into massive shifts. We're about consistency here, not intensity, okay? So think small steps. Then we come to our appointment section. Now, this section is not for your dentist appointments. It's not for your hair appointments. It's not for your nail appointments, okay? It's for appointments with your dreams only. Write down only the time blocks for activities that are going to take you closer to that manifestation vision, okay? Maybe it's phone calls, maybe it's coaching calls, maybe it's studying time, maybe it's journaling time, maybe it's meditation time, maybe it's yoga, maybe it's reading, or maybe it's creative focus hours. Every appointment you list here should move the needle toward your dream, toward the life you're scripting only, okay? Very, very, very important. And finally, we have this last section, which is the optional morning routine and evening reflection sections. These are bonus sections for my fellow gratitude addicts or spiritual gangsters out here like me. I am addicted to gratitude, if that's not obvious. If you want to amplify your vibe even more, start your morning with a little mini ritual before you're journaling. You can light a candle while you're doing this if you like, then take a few deep breaths just to center yourself, sip your coffee, your tea, or if you're me, your warm lemon water, and do it with presence, all right? Just a few mindful moments to anchor into the present moment before you even pick up your pen. And then after you're journaling, you can make your bed if you want. You can do a little light reading if you want. You can do some light movement if you want. If all this feels aligned for you, you you can do it. If it doesn't, don't even worry about it, all right? And then at night, you can use the evening reflection section to close out your day with intention. Jot down a win that you had, or a sweet moment of appreciation you experienced, or maybe something that went beautifully, or a sign that your manifestation was materializing. It could be as simple as, I got everything on my to-do list done today, or, oh gosh, my daughter's laughter today just melted my stress away, or I stayed calm in traffic today. Wow, that was new. Okay? If you skip this section, no pressure at all. I'm just crazy. I actually do 2 full journaling pages every single day, in the morning and the evening. I'm a gratitude addict. I'm crazy. Plus, you stay in the frequency longer and it supercharges your manifestations. So why not? What do you have to lose? This is easy practice. It's beautiful. It makes you feel good. So if you are an addict or a spiritual gangster like me, go ahead and do this section. If not, you can skip it. Just remember, the essentials are your 3 gratitudes and why, and your scripting. Everything else here is just extra sparkle on top. All right. So there is your guide. This is how you get the most out of your Gratitude is Yummy journal. This is how you use your Gratitude is Yummy journal.